is Acropolis actually? If you think about the Acropolis in Greece, in Athens, it was the higher city. The city that was above the daily struggle, mundane material life, some higher, finer sentiments. And at New Acropolis, we try to awaken this higher city within each one of us. Kashmira Sarnobat is a Hindustani classical music vocalist with musician parents Guru Smt and Guru Sri Abhay Joshi as her teachers. Kashmira has been a student of singing and tabla from the age of 7. With diverse interests, Kashmira graduated in German language and did a master's in Hindustani Classical music from Pune University. Under the guidance and, as she says, intensive training given by Guru Smt Padmatai Talwalkar, whom she continues to receive training from. She has also received extensive training on voice technique in light music from Guru Sri Kishore Kulkarni, a disciple of the renowned singer and music director Pandit Hridaynath Mangeshkar. Apart from being a professional classical and light music vocalist, Kashmira has been working with her mother, her parents are here with us today. She's been working with her mother on Omkar Sadhana and music therapy for the past 10 years. And the two of them jointly conduct workshops on this. Kashmira also teaches Indian classical and light music and has performed with her mother as well as solo in stage concerts, on ETV and for various significant audiences. So Kashmira, over to you for music and life and inward journey.
अखण्डमण्डलाकारम् व्याप्तं येन चराचरम् तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। चिन्मयं व्यापि यत्सर्वत्रैलोक्यं सचराचरम् तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। सर्वश्रुतिशिरोरत्नविराजितपदाम्बुजः सर्वश्रुतिशिरोरत्नविराजितपदाम्बुजः वेदान्ताम्बुजसूर्यो यस्तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिम् ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिम् द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतम् भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि सद्गुरुं तं नमामि सद्गुरुं तं नमामि La, 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 la,
Namaskar. So, as you all can see, as you all heard right now, I started with a small rendition in the Sanskrit language. That was the Guru Stotram. That was just a small prayer before starting something new. And the second thing that I sung was a small composition in Rag Yaman. You must have heard of Rag Yaman. That is called the Bada Khyal in the language of Indian classical music. That is called the Bada Khyal. The words, actually the khyal is very big. I mean, it has got 2 to 3 lines, and again there's a second stanza which contains 2 to 3 lines. But I just chose to show you a small glimpse of what it is all about, like how we start rendering a particular composition in Indian classical music. So the first line was Momana Lagana Lagi. Momana is me. Lagana Lagi, everybody can understand. So Momana Lagana Lagi. So like you could see, there's only very few words. Momana Lagana Lagi. And then I went on improvising with different notes
in Rag Yaman. So the Rag Yaman, so ni re ga ma da ni sa ni da ba ma ga re sa. This is Rag Yaman. This is the Aroha, the ascending order, and the descending order is sa ni da ba ma ga re sa. So this is a kind of a compound given to us Indian classical singers, that this is the compound. इसमें तुमको घूमना है. So whatever combinations, however you can go, there will be different ways of going and coming. There will be different ways of talking. If you meet somebody, there will be different ways of behaving. So it's just like that. So I get the compound of Yaman and then I start improvising in that. So I find a whole world sort of a thing in that Rag Yaman. So in that respect, it's actually limited, but staying within the limitations, you can actually, become limitless. That's how Indian classical music could be defined, I guess. So now coming to the subject, I've been given the subject of Indian classical music, or can I call it Indian music?
Wherever you're going to
Okay,
take
let's call
within
it
the compound.
let's call it Indian music and philosophy. So I would like to start with this very interesting sentence that I found. Every person in his or her own life, can you hear me, all of you?
Yeah.
Very clear. Yeah. So every person, every human being is in search of two things, ultimately in search of two things. One is harmony, and the other is experiencing higher happiness. Yeah? And to achieve this harmony and higher happiness, I think we need to lead a particular kind of lifestyle, or we need to lead our life in a particular manner. And while leading that life, we need to change ourselves according to the situations given to us. They're given to us, right? This is what I believe in. They're given to us. So however the situations come, you go with the flow is the simple word, sentence that you can describe it in. So these are the two things that you really strive for, because ultimately you have everything. You have fame, you have popularity, you have money, you have a house, you have everything. But it isn't necessary that we are happy with all this. So finally, what do we actually want? So I think it is harmony between the outer world and the inner world. Are we really finding this, that I want a BMW or I want a big house, or people are just saying that I'm a fabulous singer, so that's what I'm liking. I somewhere started outgrowing these things, and I started to really find that, is this the thing that I want? That, okay, your voice is very good, you sing very nicely, when you were singing, we were crying. Is this the thing that I really want for me as a person? So my journey, I would say, started from there, and I'm very thankful to my parents, because they were the ones who put me into this, inculcated this whole culture of music. I call it the culture of music, because he or she has a little more sensitivity and sensibility of certain things. But you also start discovering that there are people around you who are not into music. I mean, who are not musicians, I would say, who are not sensitive to that particular sensibility I'm talking about. So, that makes you really think about, what are you here for? that short momentary happiness when you play a certain song, or when you sing yourself, or when you play an instrument. That's how I started finding this one similarity between these two people who have different roles. One is the musician and one is the non-musician. And then this is how my journey inwards started. This is how I started asking myself, what exactly am I doing? What am I here for? Am I supposed to sing? Am I supposed to listen to people and sing? Or am I supposed to sing what people say? Or am I supposed to sing only because I like to sing and whatever I like to sing? But that would be too much of ego, right? So that was also one thing which really, hit me like it was a big blow that, okay, this is really ego. But as and when I started understanding these two factors, I also started to understand that singing for me, or playing this tanpura for me, or hearing this, listening to this tanpura for me, playing this tabla, playing this iktara for me, gives me a lot of peace of mind. That means, what does it mean? Peace of mind, as in there is no thought, as in there is stillness in the mind. And in this journey of mine, I started to discover people who would come to me and tell me that आप जब गाते हो ना तब धुन लग जाती है. So first I used to be very happy. I said, wow. But I didn't know what it was. I did not know where I was landing. I did not know what I was going to go through. Again I started questioning कि ये सब क्या है? Because कहा जाए तो it's a big danger. कहा जाए तो it's a big step for your growth, for your personal growth. So I started asking myself कि मुझे खुश होना चाहिए कि नहीं. जब मैं गाती हूँ तो मैं किसके लिए गाती हूँ? गा सकती हूँ, इसका मतलब क्या है? So I said, okay, I have been given this gift. By whom? Let's say, because I believe in God, I will say that the Lord has given me this gift of a good voice, and that's how I can express myself in no other way, in the best way, perhaps. And if I am benefiting from this, in the sense that if I am getting that peace of mind, I am getting that stillness of mind, why not that I can give the same thing to the person who is sitting in front of me and listening to me? This is how I started thinking about music. I would call this now a passion. First, it was just a learning. After some years, I started realizing that this can be really, really beneficial to bring about a lot out of me as well as a lot out of people. So then I started discovering that this is an art form which is very, very creative, also technically very complex, but if one can know the control of putting the technique, when to put the technique behind and when to bring the creativity in the foreground. That's where the imagination part, the improvisation part starts, and then the whole world is just in front of you. Just like in Rag Yaman, I could go on for another 2 hours. This is what I'm talking about. So this is how I feel I started connecting myself with music. That means my inner self with music. because I started questioning myself first. That what is this all about? What am I doing when I'm playing this tanpura? Why am I playing this tanpura? When I'm talking to you right now, I'm playing the tanpura. So the sa, this is going on at the back of my mind. Now this goes on in the back of my mind now after so many years of practice, because now it has started seeping in the subconscious mind. So this is music is an art wherein you just cannot have instant answers, and you can even not have instant questions sometimes. It's a very different world altogether. You have to be very, 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 very patient, very loving, very compassionate, not greedy at all, very kind-hearted to actually grow as a musician. This is my understanding of the connect between music and philosophy. So, benefits of music and philosophy. This is what I want to talk about. Like we said that these particular things that we spoke about right now, compassion, being very, very loving, very, very caring, not being greedy, being absolutely egoless, that's the first thing. That's the first thing. Otherwise you can't learn music, because it's like a mirage. When I say sa and when I say sa, this is a first standard student ka sa, which is natural, huh? But sa, this has this sa and sa. From the journey of that sa to this sa, it almost requires 2 to 3 decades. But if you really start questioning yourself and understanding yourself कि कितना लंबा दौड़ना है, बहुत लंबा दौड़ना है. This is not a work of one birth. भगवान की कसम बोल रही हूँ. This is not a work of one birth. And if I say that I believe in God, yes, I do believe in the Lord. He has put me into this birth wherein I have been given this special instrument which gives me happiness, and because I'm happy, I can give happiness to other people. This is really something to be grateful for. So another thing that we get out of this is gratefulness. And all these things, when you add up, you become a better human being. This is what philosophy teaches you, yeah? And that's how, according to me, a musician, if in this sense of the term, if you have to become a musician or you have to become a good human being, you can start learning music, you can start listening to music. And why do you say that when you hear a certain song, or for example when you go for a kirtan, you know what is a kirtan? Jai Jai Ram Krishna Hari. Okay, this goes on for like half an hour, for 45 minutes, for one. Just Jai Jai Ram Krishna Hari. Who are all there in this? Only Ram and Krishna. But the chanting of their name in that particular tune brings in a lot of, a stir of emotions in you, which you don't understand. At that point of time, you will not understand. But it evokes a lot of emotions in you. It can be anything, not necessarily only bhakti. It can bring about a lot of pent-up emotions, like anger, like crying, tears, a lot of emotions. And finally, where you land is pure love. I'm speaking about bhakti. What is bhakti? That's love only, compassion. for others. What is a better word for, as a good word for compassion in Hindi? Karuna? Can be said, but I'm not sure. So, this is where you land. This is how one should be looking at music. This is how we have been inculcated values of music while I was learning. This is never taught, sitting in front of each other. No. These things are actually imbibed when you look at your guru, the way he or she is teaching other students, the way he or she is singing, with what attitude. So I found all these threads very, very common to music and philosophy, where they come and meet on this point. Now, let's come to the next point which I want to talk about is, like we all know, good music relaxes the mind, body and soul. This all of you must have heard. It's become a very common sentence. So now what I want you all to do is, just close your eyes and try to listen to this sound of Tanpura and just try to hear what I'm going to sing right now.
चलो रे माई राम सिया दर्शन को, चलो रे माई राम सिया दर्शन को, चलो रे माई राम सिया दर्शन को, रघुनंदन नंदन रथ ले आवत है, रघुनंदन रथ ले आवत है। देव सकल कुसुमन बरसन को चलो रे माई, राम सिया दर्शन को चलो रे माई, राम सिया दर्शन को। रघुनंदन रथ ले आवत है, देव सकल कुसुमन बरसन को चलो रे माई, राम सिया दर्शन को चलो रे माई, राम। राम छवि निरखी अति सुंदर, राम छवि निरखी अति सुंदर, पाछे लक्ष्मण भाई, पाछे लक्ष्मण भाई, दास हनुमत चरण विलियत, भरत शत्रुघ्न चवर उड़ावन गो चलो रे माई, राम सिया दर्शन को चलो रे माई, राम चलो रे माई, राम चलो रे माई, राम सिया दर्शन को।
What was the feeling when you listened to all this? What was your feeling? Anybody got bored? So, was it really relaxing or did it put you to sleep? No, if it put you to sleep, then too it's relaxing. It did? You had a good sleep?
No.
Okay. So here we can see it's really soothing and relaxing. If you really hear this music with closed eyes. Now this beat that I was singing was Chalo Re Mai Ram Siya. This is medium bass. The first composition that I was singing, this is very slow. And the one that I sang right now was medium paced. And there are some compositions that are faster also. But if you really keenly observe this, now here the pace was medium. But when I have to sing the tans, or Chalo Re Mai Ram Siya Darsana Go Chalo Re Mai Ram Siya Darsana Go Raghunandan Rath Le Avat Hai Dev Sakara Kusuman Varasana Go Chalo Re Mai Ram Siya. So here, like you can see, this is a little fast. अब यहाँ पे एक झोल ऐसा है कि कोई भी पेस हो म्यूजिक में, इंडियन क्लासिकल, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट इंडियन म्यूजिक, अंडरलाइन, whatever the pace, whatever the number of words in the composition, whatever the number of swaras, saregama padanisa, swaras, notes. The state of mind of the musician, has to be very, very relaxed. There has to be no thought, zero thought. Before singing and during singing and ideally after singing also. If there is no thought after singing, then you have reached. So, see, I have been given the compound of Rag Shri. This was Rag Shri. Re, re, pa, ma, ba, ni, sa, re, re, ni, da, ba, ma, ba, da, da, ma, ga, re, ma, ba, da, da, ma, ga, re, pa, re, ga, re, sa, ni, sa, re. This is the compound of Rag Shri. तो इसमें घूमते रहना है, ऐसे नहीं है कि ऐसे ही बैठना है. नो, हियर ये सब चल रहा है, लेकिन this and this should be so equal. Like my first guru, my mother says, and my current guru, Padmatai, she also says कि हमारी बुद्धि जो है वो इधर उतरनी चाहिए. मतलब क्या? हाँ, समझ में आ रहा है ना? It's not too difficult, right? Or not difficult to relate to, right? Because this is hardcore music, that's why. So ये यहाँ पे उतरना चाहिए. And again, this is another point from the point of view of humanity that I find is similar. That nowadays intelligence is creating a lot of problems in the world. It's media, it's terrorism, it's violence, any violence, not only physical and emotional or whatever. It's the violence starts from here, na? From the thought itself, the violence. You've done violence. If you feel like, okay, I want to kill that person, you're done. You've gone down already. You don't have to actually go and perform the action. No. So the intelligence is creating a lot of problems. So उल्टा पुल्टा हो गया है. First हमारे जो बुजुर्ग लोग थे तो वो दिल से बहुत काम करते थे, इसके लिए उनका लाइफ बहुत सिंपल था. अभी भी जो बुजुर्ग हैं, like people around us, like the best example like we have is my parents and my husband's parents. So their generation वो बहुत प्यार से करते हैं. इस यहाँ से पहला दिमाग नहीं जाता है. जो भी थॉट है, जो भी विषय है, उसमें दिमाग पहले नहीं जाता है, पहले दिल जाता है. और हमारा बिल्कुल उल्टा होता है कि अरे अच्छा इसको करे कि नहीं करे, कितना टाइम यहीं से शुरू हो जाता है. तो दिस इक्विनामिटी जो है, बैलेंस जो है, नॉट इक्विनामिटी, दोनों का जो बैलेंस है वो कहीं पे खो रहा है. That can be brought about again, that can be restored because of Indian classical music is what I find. Our gurus say कि पहले सुबह उठो तो सा लगा के बैठो, सा, till the voice is uniform, till the last of my breath. I have to say the sa. It can go on for half an hour, it can go on for 49 minutes, and mind you, it's very, very difficult. Because you're saying sa, and then I start thinking, okay, what do I have to cook? What do I have to do? What time do I have to reach? You know, all these things start. So when you're nowhere, your sa is lost. But if you really, 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 catch your mind and pull it back. ये रोज का काम है, कचरा साफ करना, बिल्कुल रोज का काम है. ऐसे नहीं कि पहुंच गए, आर्टिस्ट हो गए तो उनको तो मतलब बड़े आर्टिस्ट को तो ये बहुत ज़्यादा समझ में आता है, because they have so much of experience behind them. So these things the swaras teach you how to maintain a balance, work-life balance, The rhythm teaches you. जैसे चलो रे माई राम सिया दर्शन को चलो रे माई. This is particular rhythm for this, and I'm in sur also. There's a balance of both. If I say chalo re mai ram siya, नहीं अच्छा लगेगा सुनने में. This again, this balance, somewhere we have started losing. That's why we, sort of start, making this thing that philosophy and music is nothing. It's just a simple thing, but because it is simple, it's the most difficult thing to do. Very, very simple as that. So the process of healing also starts with relaxing the mind, body and soul. Yeah. So now I would request all of you to close your eyes again and listen to this composition.
मन गोविंद गुण गावा गुण गावा मन गोविंद गुण गावा गुण गावा हो मन गोविंद गोविंद गावा गुण गावा माधव गोविंद गावा माधव गोविंद गावा मन गोविंद गोविंद गावा गुण गावा हो मन गोविंद गोविंद गावा गुण गावा गिरिधर गोपाल गावा गिरिधर गोपाल गावा गावा मन गोविंद गोविंद गावा गिरिधर गोपाल गावा गावा मन गोविंद गोविंद गावा ओ मन गोविंद गोविंद गावा गिरिधर गोपाल गावा गावा मन गोविंद गोविंद गावा ओ मन गोविंद गोविंद गावा मन गोविंद गोविंद गावा मन गोविंद गोविंद गावा मीरा रोई रन गवा दिन जावा सुध बुध खोई मीरा रोई रन गवा दिन जावा श्याम बिना सखी रहन जावा श्याम बिना सखी रहन जावा निस दिन जोवन बात मुरारी कब रो दर्शन पावा निस दिन जोवन बात मुरारी कब रो दर्शन पावा बार बार थारी अर्जा कर सू रैन गवा दिन जावा बार बार थारी अर्जा कर सू रैन गवा दिन जावा मीरा रे हरि थे मिलिया बिन तरस तरस जिया जावा मीरा रे हरि थे मिलिया बिन तरस तरस जिया जावा गिरधर गोपाल गावा गिरधर गोपाल गावा गावा मन गोविंद गोविंद गावा गिरधर गोपाल गावा गावा मन गोविंद गोविंद गावा ओ मन गोविंद गोविंद गावा श्याम बिना सखी रहन जावा गिरधर गोपाल गावा मन गोविंद गोविंद गावा रहन जावा रहन जावा रहन जावा
So, this was a small composition composed by my mother. The second part of it, though, is Syama Bina Saki Rahane Jama, as you must all have marked. It's Sanji Mirabai's words. Mirari Harithe Miliyaben, Tarasi Tarasi Jiya. So this was a small composition, a small try, just to make you accustomed to this small concept that I brought up, that it can really heal you from inside, or at least it can start the process of healing. It's not an instant process, obviously, but it somewhere starts stirring something inside you. What was this? You become mesmerized, and then you actually start singing from inside. अंदर से गाने लगते हैं. तो वो जब होने लगे ना, तब you can say that okay, you are slowly going away from your thoughts, which if you really want to be, again it comes to being a good human being, again the same philosophy. If you really want to be a good human being, then you need to be really focused without any thought. There shouldn't be any thought. When you live from the heart, it's more friendly to you as well and to the world as well. So where does it boil down to? It boils down to here. Such compositions. I'm not saying only this one, but so this is how the movement can start. So actually, when politicians talk about bringing up change in the society and everything, actually if the change starts happening from within, the upliftment that we talk about, this is what? This is emotional upliftment, spiritual upliftment. And then when this state of mind stays with you, starts staying with you for a longer time, from moments to minutes, from minutes to hours, from hours to days, and from days to years. इसमें पूरी life लग जाती है, obviously. But music can be a great helper in this. Not only singing, hearing also. Hearing actually more. Hearing more. संस्कार होते हैं. Whatever I sing today is obviously by the Lord's grace. But it's more of the sanskar that I have got, that I have listened from my mother since I was a child. The way she used to sing, the way she used to put the tanpura, the way she used to play, the way she used to talk to people when she used to sing, when she's sitting on the gadda of the Guru, how she's behaving with people. All these are things which have been imbibed, they have not been taught. So similarly, you actually drink a lot of things. You actually drink, your senses have to drink this music. So this is the potential of Indian music, but it's not easy. But it's very, very loving. It's full of love, it's full of life, it's very, very vibrant. Like you must have seen different colors till now, whatever we covered through the compositions that I sang. We covered different moods. Another mood can come into this. Another mood which can come into this is a little happy mood. Like we said, your mood got elevated, emotional upliftment, and then it goes on to spiritual upliftment. Okay, so there are different compositions with the help of which I have explained this till now, and now there's another composition in Rag Des, which is a core Indian classical composition, but it has words in Hindi or the Brij Bhasha. Brij Bhasha is the language which was spoken in the region of Vrindavan, where Lord Krishna used to reside, and that's a very sweet language. So this particular composition, it describes the gopis playing Holi and the Lord Krishna participating in the festival. Now again here, I would like to connect this with, like I said, I believe in the Lord Krishna, but it can be the Lord can be also called the universal energy that we are connected to. Like we read in physics that every object, everything that we see around is finally energy, and that energy is connected ultimately to the universal energy. So this universal energy is there in all of us. So I call it Lord Krishna, somebody else calls it Allah, somebody else calls it Guru Nanak, somebody else calls it Kabir, whatever it is, but it's the ultimate energy. And when we talk about emotional upliftment, when we talk about inward journey, when we talk about personal growth through this, it has a very, very strong connect with this universal energy, because she is always positive. It's a female form of energy, Mother Earth. It's a female form of energy, so she is always positive. The universe, whatever the energy that the universe gives you, is always positive. We are the ones who, because of our thought, again see, all the problem that is created is because of the intelligence. So that is what probably creates a lot of negativity, and that is how we forget or we don't become aware of the fact that we have to acknowledge this universal energy which is constantly flowing through us, because of which we can constantly breathe, simple, breathe in, breathe out, or talk or think. So we have to be very, very grateful to this. Again, gratefulness music teaches you gratefulness. Music teaches you surrender. Again, to what? For me, surrender to music, grateful to music because I can sing, so I am grateful to music, but also grateful to the universe. Also surrender to the universe and then see what magic happens in your life. And this all becomes easier through the road of music, is again what we come to. Yeah? Because reading philosophy based books, chanting mantras, reading the Puranas and everything is alright. But there's a small, not a story but a kissa hai. Narada, the god, the messenger of the gods, he once asked Lord Krishna, what is the best way to attain you? So obviously Krishna said, see, if you have bhakti in me. Now what does bhakti mean? Not only bhakti, matlab Jai Jai Ram Krishna. This is very, very superficial. Bhakti is what? Confidence, belief, faith in, again, the ultimate, the universal energy, or I call it Lord Krishna. So you have to have total faith in me. There's a shloka in Gita, Ananyash Chintayantu Mam Yejana Paryupasate Tesham Nityabhyuktanam Yogakshemam Vahamyam. Lord Krishna says here that whoever surrenders to me with all his heart and all his soul, मतलब क्या? Total surrender. अनन्य साधारण भाव से जो मुझे शरण जाएगा, उसका मैं भार, उसका जो भार है वो मैं पूरा उठाऊंगा. योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम्. For all my life, I will see to it that you are happy. I'll see to it that you are taken care of. In all situations, in all calamities, mind you, and you will get experiences. And it's not only Lord Krishna, any form, any god, not insisting on any one form, obviously not, or the universal energy. But the point here is that you respect the universal energy. You acknowledge that it's there and it functions through you. That's how you give back to the universal energy in your own small way. That's the only thing you can do, because there are so many universes and we are just one bit of, on the map of earth. हम लोग कितना दिखेंगे? धूल भी नहीं दिखेंगे. But imagine if every human being starts becoming grateful, loving, compassionate, non-violent, what else? All the good things. What kind of a place this world will become? It will be an awesome place. And again, this can be attained through music. That is why, if you see in our Indian culture, there are so many occasions where You do bhajans, you do kirtans. There are pravachans in temples where there is a specific allotted time in between 5 or 10 minutes where you do bhajans, where you chant the name of different gods. Why? It is invoking the energy within ourselves. It is centering your minds again. अगर आपका mind इधर उधर wander कर रहा है कि हाँ, what do I have to cook after I go home? And that person is speaking about how great Lord Rama was or how great Allah was. And we are thinking about अच्छा रोटी बनानी है, सब्जी बनानी है, क्या बनानी है? So again to center you from all those thoughts, again you come to where? Music. This is the power of music. This is how you will start looking at these things. What is gratefulness? What is bhakti? What is compassion? What is love? And what you shouldn't do. Things that you should not be doing. Things that you're not supposed to do. Words or things that you're not supposed to say. ये सब म्यूजिक सिखाने लगता है. जरूरत है तभी ही बोलेंगे, नहीं तो नहीं बोलेंगे. जरूरत ही नहीं है. Because words के बिना एक्सप्रेस जब होने लगता है, तब तो मजा ही मजा है, बिल्कुल. In everything, in every human being, and every human being can reach over there because the potential energy is there in each and every one of us. Because it's the universal energy. That's why. And again, we come back to the main road that makes you go there. That's an easier road which takes you there, is what I would say, is music. And it can be any form of music, mind you. I am here emphasizing about Indian music because I've been asked to speak about Indian music. And I'm very proud of that. I take pride in saying that our Indian culture and music is so deeply rooted. But that doesn't take away the credit of other forms of music. No. Even Western music is equally difficult, equally beautiful, equally influential in many ways. So not taking away their credit, of course not. But this is a very, very, this is the main point that I wanted to make out of today's talk. That where do you go after seeking all the things that you have? Again we go to harmony and happiness, from where we started. Okay? So again, coming back to the composition that I was going to sing. It's a little vibrant composition. The words are रंग उड़त है चहु ओर, ये गुलाल ये बादर, छाये रिम झिम, केसर रंग बरसे. Okay, it's a typical holy scene.
विहसता नर नारी मिल होली मनाए रंग उड़ाते हैं चारों रंग उड़ाते हैं।
So after this we come to the next level that I was talking about was the after the emotional and the spiritual upliftment that we were talking about, we come to some magic that music creates. Like you must have heard in the olden days when Tansen used to sing in the court of Akbar, it really used to rain when he used to sing the Rag Malhar, or when he used to sing Rag Deepak, the lamps would actually light up on their own. So what was this? ये कोई चमत्कार नहीं है. Actually, it's the working of energy. The same thing that we come back to the same thing, the universal energy. Why that would happen? Because his singing, and consequently him, his self, his soul, was so in sync with the universe that it obliged. And that's how the rains would come when he would sing Malhar, or all these examples that we already know, I think. So this is again the same thing, that when this spiritual upliftment happens, it creates magic. What is magic? This is magic. And it creates magic outside also and inside also. So we are concerned with the magic which is there inside, because if that happens, then there is social upliftment. Because you see, music, sa re ga ma pa da ni sa, do re mi fa sol la, same. The language is different, the words are different, that's it. So here if we see, there is no religion involved, there is no caste involved, there is no race involved, nothing. It's only the 7 notes. It's only the 7 notes. So if we start looking at this music in this way, and music being a way of actually uplifting you in this way, first from inside, first the change happening inwards, and then when you look outwards, the world is already changed, because if each and every one of us starts looking at this whole thing in this way, then the society is uplifted. Then there will be no conflict as such, in the sense that there will be no violence. That's a very ideal situation, but dream karne mein kya jata hai? Because if you, again it's same na, if we try to look at that, things will start happening in that way. And again this also music teaches कि अगर सा रे गा, this we have done 1000 times, ये भी मैं कम बोल रही हूँ. हाँ, इसमें boredom आता है, इसमें monotony आता है, सब आता है. All human emotions come in this. But इतना रगड़वाता है ये हमको कि finally you say कि अच्छा ठीक है, तुमको नहीं आना है तो तुम मत आओ. लेकिन the swaras make you humble in this way. Because if I say कि हाँ मैं स्वरों के पास आ गई हूँ, मैं नहीं हूँ, then you are losing it, boss. It's not that. स्वर को अपने पास बुलाओ, वो भी नहीं, मैं स्वरों को अपने पास नहीं, मैं स्वरों की हो गई. मतलब क्या? Give yourself to, like, for example, if I get married, we say these are very rosy words कि हाँ I gave myself to this person. Is it really easy? that surrender in any respect, not only this thing, but is it really easy to surrender? 1000% surrender. कुछ भी नहीं. Even one tinka of me doesn't exist. Music brings that state in you. But हाँ, अगर तुम लगे रहोगे तो ऐसे नहीं है कि 1 साल कर दिया और छोड़ दिया, अरे नहीं आता है, नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है. And it can be in respect of anything. And then this applies, you can start applying this to other things in your life, which will start bringing consistency in you. Consistency in your life, consistency of good things coming in your life, abundance coming in your life, humbleness coming to you, gratefulness coming to you. All this, music, the swaras teach you. And this, if you come to this level, then it's called sadhana, Sangeet sadhana. Till then it is riyaz, practice. 100 times, 200 times कर रहे हैं, गिन रहे हैं. जब गिन रहे हैं ना तब बहुत प्रॉब्लम है. गिनने का नहीं, गिनना उसके ऊपर छोड़ना है. वो गिनता है, बराबर गिनता है. और जब देना है तो इतना ज़्यादा देता है कि बस. So that's the epitome of positivity, when you really are seeking something in life and suddenly you get this, till that you feel that, okay, I'm losing it, this is the end of it, I'm finished, really finished, इसके आगे तो हो ही नहीं सकता, I'm going to be dead. And then one point comes where, it actually showers happiness in your life. It can be anything. So this is what music brings to you, if you really look at it that way. So in this respect, I think, is like music and philosophy brought together will make you more complete as an individual and consequently create a better society. And this I learned from my gurus. Like I said, what all things my first guru inculcated in me, imbibed in me while learning, and my second guru, who actually, while teaching, she asks us, who are you? Who are you to say that I sang this nicely? Kaun ho tum? Get lost. So that is not to the physical self that get lost, no. If you don't understand this, then there is a problem with you. Because then the ego is there. But if you really understand, then you will say, okay, ठीक है. फिर she will also understand कि हाँ ये लंबी रेस का घोड़ा है, तो इसको और अच्छे से train करना पड़ेगा. So this is how she also taught me to look at myself in a little different way. And the mix of both these, म्यूजिक का कल्चर ही है, उनके पास भी वही सीखती हूँ और मेरे माँ और पिताजी के पास भी यही सीखी हूँ since childhood. But these are small differences which I started discovering, because when it's parents it's a little different, because it's very difficult to look at parents as parents when you're not singing and playing tabla, and it's very difficult to look at them as only gurus when you're sitting in front of them. That took me a lot of years first to understand कि ऐसे होता है, ऐसे करना चाहिए, and then to going to this different guru, another guru, who made me understand and treasure these things. So this is what all I got from this Indian music, and this is how I incorporated this view of the philosophical view, and that is how changed me as a person as well. It still is changing me, and I hope that even if I can touch some lives with this kind of these kind of talks, or the singing that I do, then I would be I would really feel blessed, because money, fame, popularity, all this is okay, but that is what a professional musician does. But actually the purpose of music is what I feel is this. Like one small last example and then I end the session. Tansen's guru, Swami Haridas, he used to stay in Varanasi and he used to sit on the banks of Ganga and sing. And one day the king Akbar asked Tansen कि तुम इतना अच्छा गाते हो तो तुम्हारे गुरु कितना अच्छा गाते हैं तो मुझे उनको सुनने के लिए उनके पास लेके चलो. So he said okay but beware हाँ मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि आप जाओगे उनके साथ सामने बैठोगे and he'll start singing. He has to really he is not all this thing कि अभी कोई राजा आके बैठा है तो उसके लिए गाओ. He doesn't sing for anybody. He sings for the Lord. He sings for the universe. And that was proven when both of them went to him to listen to him. After 15 days he sat to sing. He sang for the whole day and the whole night, and you won't believe there were at least 1,000 people, at least another 1,000 animals who had sat in front of him to listen to him. So this is the connect. This is the connect. With this I end the session. Thank you very much. Any questions from anybody?
So how do you get to choose your guru?
The guru chooses you.
Very nice question.
The guru chooses you.
Yeah.
You never choose the guru.
Very correct.
And you understand that after many years.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when the disciple is ready, then the guru appears. And this is true with my parents also, and with as gurus and the current guru also. For the first maybe 10-15 years of my life, they were teachers. For me, they were teachers. I used to look at them as teachers. But as and when time went by, I started realizing what all things are there to be learned. What all things are there in music. All those they showed me. And that's how they appeared to me as gurus, because I was ready at that point. And before that I was not ready, so I didn't see them. I didn't see the gurus in them. Again, na, guru is a tattva, it's not a physical, it's just a manifestation that we talk about. But the guru tattva which actually reveals itself to you is like through these small things.
So can you
So
just
they
sing
chose-
one
chose
composition
me.
of the
We would,
Guru
I was
and
just
then-
going to ask, would you sing one composition?
Okay. There's another beautiful sentence that I had written as a conclusion of this whole talk, that music washes away from the soul the dust of everyday life and inspires to lead a beautiful life, which is tranquil and full of harmony.
Wow.
This is one sentence there which will sum up the whole this thing. Sing this one composition on the Guru and end it off with a small composition based on the Bhavani. Again, the female form of energy, the Mother Earth. We just thank her for bringing us all together for this nice talk, maybe an interaction that we've had. Maybe not verbally from your side, but I'm sure you were there, very much there. That's why I could talk so much, otherwise I wouldn't have it. Sadhu aisa hi guru bhave sadhu aisa hi guru bhave छिपा तन में मन में कोई पता ना पावे नाद छिपा तन में मन में कोई पता ना पावे चांद सूरज का लोचन गुरु का चांद सूरज का आ, चांद सूरज का लोचन गुरु का देखे और दिखावे साधो ऐसा ही गुरु भावे साधो परमहंस गुरु अंश रूप जब हृदय बीच विराजे परमहंस गुरु अंश रूप जब हृदय बीच विराजे सात सुरों की बानी मेरी ओ सात सुरों